Fashion, glamour, prestige, beauty, jaw-dropping necklines, fitted tailor suits, and accessories that cost $1 million apiece. Hollywood, and especially today's society, is obsessed with appearances and physical beauty. Society has placed such a huge emphasis on appearance that even our first impression of someone is based off how they present themselves physically with their clothes, hairstyle, and posture. But before I go further, how do we get so caught up in the phenomena of beauty and appearances anyway? I'm no expert or historian, but I can hypothesize that a contributing factor to society's fixation on physical appearance came from the classical Hollywood cinema era. This era held the theme of stunning, raw beauty that has been idolized for centuries. Although film was in black and white until 1935 when the movie Becky Sharp was released in 3-strip Technicolor, a first for the time, leading men were casted based on their ability to be the next big heartthrob for women. A few men casted for that objective are Dana Andrews from The Best Years of Our Lives, Humphrey Bogart from Casablanca, and Cary Grant from Bringing Up Baby. These leading men would have the looks, the charm, and the fancy wardrobe to entice the female audience in the hopes of having a huge hit at the box office at opening night. It seemed like every leading man outdid the next in his wit and elegance, while their young, gorgeous co-starring actresses only helped to increase that sexual public draw. Katharine Hepburn, who co-starred alongside Cary Grant, Ingrid Bergman, co-starring alongside Humphrey Bogart, and Teresa Wright, co-starring alongside Dana Andrews, clearly proved my point. These women were classically portrayed as tasteful and sophisticated with no physical flaws. Their skin was blemish-free, not a hair on their head was out of place, their clothes were the epitome of opulent, and their makeup wasn't a tad bit overdone. Just like their male co-stars, their looks, charm, and style could win any heart over. Hollywood's on-screen beauty and tact in cinema only portrayed society's overall values at the time. The everyday citizen in America at this time period cared a lot about their appearance as well and wouldn't step out in public without being fully dressed in stylish, chic clothing. Men's typical look would be a sporty tailored suit worn daily with a pocket or wristwatch and tailored pants. His hair would be clean and orderly, sitting nicely underneath a fashionable hat. Women's fashion was even more over the top with extravagant hats, veils, dresses, and purses for everyday roaming around the town. There was no such thing as sweatpants or casual wear. People dressed to impress and wanted to present themselves to the world in the best possible light. I would argue that this era had the most beautiful on-screen and off-screen people I have ever seen, and that if I was alive in that era, I would aspire to be these people myself. But let's get back to the present and where we stand today. Sadly, it's true that society does in fact judge a person based on his or her appearance. In a world where beauty and wardrobe carries so much weight, it can be a little shocking to see the amount of Americans who do not really care about how they dress and present themselves. Yes, times have changed since the old classical Hollywood era, along with appropriate clothing rules and what is deemed acceptable or not, but we should still care about how we dress. First impressions are everything, so it's time to stop wearing sweatpants and half-assed clothing in public that is only hurting your chance of gaining respect and personal pride, and start to care a little more to dress up and put your best foot forward every day to increase personal confidence, prestige, and opportunity in life. Kyle Johnson, a senior at Clarkson University, understands this concept of dressing to impress and taking the time to create a personal aura of success around himself using his clothes, demeanor, and charm. Here's an exclusive look at a modern man's appreciation for the past rules of appearances and how he sees his fellow modern-day men falling victim to society's new status quo of sweatpants and casual outfits as being acceptable.
Sloppy. Just don't look sloppy. When you dress yourself, start from your shoes, because then you'll follow the entire outfit. So if you start with a nice pair of shoes, then you'll cater the entire outfit to the shoes. It's a good way to kind of like learn to start to dress yourself if you're like trying to change your ways from like a sloppy bum into like a presentable adult. Your clothes don't match, they go together. People like have all these, think there's rules like black and blue or black and brown don't go together. Everything goes together properly if you do it the proper way. Patterns is a good one. People are like, you can't have two patterns. I'm like, notice the difference. It's all about the thickness of the pattern. So like if you vary each thickness, it doesn't provide like a clash. It just actually provides a nice visual interest. Being cheap is probably one of the worst things you possibly do. It doesn't matter if you don't have like a lot of money or anything. Like that's not really what it's about. It's about like being just like what you do. It's like what you do with what you do have, you know. If you're gonna wear an undershirt, like I get it, like if you're more comfortable wearing one, I get that, but just wear a V-neck one, because then you won't see it, and it gives like, if you button this one, right, I'll do a demonstration here. If you button this one, right, it like looks weird, right, the neckline is not proper, so if you open it up, it gives such a better neckline, it gives better like symmetry. There's like an art in dressing yourself. And the whole idea is to make it look like you didn't try, that you concealed all your, like it's supposed to be an effortless look. It's supposed to be like, he didn't spend it out. It's not like a perfect, like, you know, it's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be like an effortless, nonchalant type appearance, and that's like what you should strive for. I'm an 8 in a suit, a 5 without a shirt on, but a 10 with my card behind the bar.